Hey team, Craig Robbins here. I want to talk to you today about service excellence. I think it's a very quick one, but it's going to be surprising for a lot of you. So I've had a lot of chance to talk to a lot of senior brokers and a lot of companies around the world, not just senior brokers with our company, but with other companies, and also a chance to talk with a lot of our clients. And you know, an interesting statistic comes out. Everybody seems to think they do really good service. I mean, you talk to them and say, oh yeah, no, my service is great. We're great at service. We're really good at service. We specialize in service. Oh, we're all about service. Everybody talks about this. I want you to ask this question. When is the last time you got good service? I've asked this before for you folks. Think about it. When was the last time you got really exceptionally good service? So I'll just show you a cool little chart that will give you an idea of what we see with this. So in front of you, the data suggests that when people have good service, like a client comes to you and says that I've had really good service, you know, you think, well, that's because I delivered really good work and I did a good job and it turned out great. But that's not the way clients think. What we found out was that clients actually come up with it differently. They basically think that 80% of their service experience comes from the emotional experience they have with you, how they feel emotionally about working with you. Even the most sophisticated clients want to connect with you and feel emotionally connected, like, oh, this felt really good. This person thought about stuff for me. I didn't get stressed out. I felt like I knew what was coming ahead of me. So that's the interesting thing. But the other interesting thing is only 20% of it comes from the commercial outcome. Only 20%. That's a really amazing statistic. So what that means is that when you're helping people, helping them with their mood and their attitude is more important than actually doing perfect work. Now, if you want to be really good, you got to do good work. But if you concentrate on doing your job perfectly and they're emotionally upset with you, you are not going to get a service excellence button out of that. So we actually went out and we talked to clients and we said, tell us some of the things that you're looking at. And they said, look, we're looking at responsiveness, service quality. 30% of where we are that helps us emotionally is in that service quality, responsiveness, communication, you know, conveying good and bad news. That all helps them emotionally. I know that you think that helps them in terms of actually doing the work, and it does, but it shows up in the way they feel about you. So that's the important thing, is that even though something might seem technical, the impact you have on people and the way you deliver it to them is really an important concept. So they want you to think that also that you're empathetic. That was 27% of it. Empathy is an interesting word. Empathy means the ability to know what it's like to stand in another person's shoes. And I like to tell people, you don't get to stand in two people's shoes at one time. You only get to stand in one. So you got to get out of your shoes and get into their shoes for a minute to have empathy. And empathy doesn't mean that you're going to completely go their way, but it's going to mean that you've done as much as you can to try and connect with where they're coming from and what they're thinking. And they're also looking for professionalism. So you can see that's another 15%. They're looking for you to actually, you know, have a professional demeanor. So again, you have a bigger impact on clients in terms of the relationship than you might think. I know this might seem obvious, but a lot of people don't realize if you want to get a really good net promoter score, or if you want to get clients to really think you're doing a great job, you've got to have the emotional response. It's not just about getting your stuff done on time. If you go to McDonald's and they say, I'm going to get you a hamburger in 2 minutes, and they get your hamburger in 1 minute, is it really that big of a deal? But if in that 1 minute they greet you or they say something nice, that can change the entire service experience. Same hamburger, same event, different experience. Many of you know, you've been on airlines where you got on the airlines and you're flying from point A to point B. And the way the staff is on the airplane, the way they treat you, the way the flight crew treats you is a huge difference in terms of your overall satisfaction, even though the plane took off on time, landed on time, and didn't lose your luggage and was totally efficient. You got the same number of drinks, the same amount of peanuts, maybe even the same sandwich, but completely different experience just because of the emotional experience. That's what we're talking about here, and that's what you need to do. So here's what I want you to do this week. I want you to be thinking about how you're going out and helping clients have that emotional good experience. It's really important. Don't just think that technically good is enough. Go out and make it happen. Good luck, folks.